It's subtle, so subtle that most men miss it completely. But there's this moment when you're talking and she laughs just a little too hard. Her eyes flick down for a split second. She plays with her jewelry, tracing it like it holds some secret. And in your head, you think, she's just being polite. Right? Wrong. You don't realize it yet. But these tiny actions, they're hidden signals. Signs that she's already invested. Already picturing you in her world. The scary part? You've probably ignored them before. How many chances have you missed without even knowing? Comment the last time you caught one of these signs, or think you did. If you've been oblivious until now, stick around. The last clue shocks most men. You ever been mid-conversation with a girl, and something in her body language just shifts? You're talking casually, maybe sharing a story, cracking a low-effort joke. She's laughing, not a loud, theatrical laugh, but that soft, slow-building kind. The kind that bubbles up and catches in her throat. And just as you finish speaking, her hand lifts, almost absent-mindedly, to her neck. She fiddles with her necklace, glances down, then back up. There's a tiny pause. Like something behind her eyes is ... calculating. You probably didn't even notice it, but she did. What you just experienced was a test. Silent. Subconscious. A signal flickering beneath the surface. And most guys, they never catch it. They think she's just distracted, or nervous, or fidgety. But here's the truth, ... she's watching how you carry yourself. How calm your energy stays. If you flinch. If you chase the silence. If you lean in too much to fill the gap. That moment, the one where she breaks eye contact, touches her hair, shifts her posture, that's not an accident. That's her way of pulling just slightly away to see if you chase. And let's be honest, most men do. They start talking faster, joking harder, filling every quiet second with effort, trying to recapture her focus without realizing they just failed the test, but not you. Not anymore. See, women don't just fall for looks or status or clever lines. They fall for energy, for presence, for control. And this invisible test? It's her subconscious way of asking, can I feel safe softening around this guy? Or do I need to stay guarded? Let me paint a scene. You're at a cafe. It's late afternoon. The light hits her just right. You're telling her about a time you got lost in a new city. A light story. Nothing serious. She laughs, tucks her hair behind her ear, then pauses. You say nothing. You just look at her. Calm. Grounded. You smirk. Not to perform. Not to provoke. Just because you're unfazed. And in that moment, she notices not just that you're attractive, but that you're stable. You're centered. You don't chase approval. You lead the moment, not by force, but by not needing anything from it. That's the first clue she's slipping. And the men who catch that, they're playing a different game. So, next time she fidgets, adjusts her bracelet, glances sideways and back, don't chase, don't perform, just be still. Hold her gaze, and if you really want to shake her, smile. Just a little . It always starts with a laugh. You know the one. That sudden burst that seems a little too loud for the moment. The kind of laugh that lingers, stretching out the air between you, filling it with this strange electric energy. And you sit there, thinking, man, I must be hilarious tonight. But here's what you didn't see. That laugh wasn't really about your joke. It wasn't about how clever you were. It wasn't about the story you told, or the witty comeback you tossed out so effortlessly. That laugh? That was tension. Nervous. Tension. Attraction tension. The kind of laugh that happens when her body's trying to hide what her heart already knows. Let's slow this moment down. You're at a party. She's standing just a few feet away, holding a drink, her friends nearby, but not really in her orbit. You make a casual comment about the music, something playful, maybe even sarcastic. She laughs instantly. But then she keeps laughing. Too long, too loud. Her head tilts back slightly, and suddenly she's covering her mouth as if she's embarrassed by how hard she's laughing. You're probably thinking, damn, I'm killing it tonight. But underneath that surface, here's the truth. She's laughing because she's nervous. Because she feels that pull toward you, and it's short-circuiting her ability to act cool. That laughter is not just amusement. It's release. It's her way of managing the heat inside her chest. Women laugh hardest when they're emotionally invested. When their guard is slipping and they're searching for an outlet to keep things playful, to avoid showing just how much they care. She's not trying to flatter you. She's protecting herself from her own attraction. Most men miss this completely. They think they need to keep the jokes coming, keep the energy high, keep performing to earn that response again. But you're going to do the opposite. When she laughs like that, too hard, too long, eyes sparkling and cheeks flushed, you pause. You lean back slightly. You watch her. And after that moment stretches, you say, low and calm, you're enjoying this way too much. No need to say more. No need to chase. That one line, paired with your relaxed body language, flips the script entirely. Because here's what happens next. She feels caught, seen, like you just reached past the mask and touched the part of her that she wasn't ready to reveal yet. And suddenly, she's not in control anymore. You are. That's the difference between guys who chase her laugh and the guy who makes her laugh, then calmly holds the moment after. You're the second kind now, and from here on out, every time she laughs too hard, you'll know exactly what it means. You'll smile, because you're the kind of man who sees beneath the surface. There's a moment. It always happens when the tension is high enough. You're standing close. Maybe you're both leaning over a phone, scrolling through a playlist. Or you're sitting side by side, talking, laughing, locked in your own little world. And then, it happens. The accidental touch. Her hand brushes yours. Her knee bumps your leg under the table. Her fingertips graze your arm for just a split second longer than necessary. At first, you tell yourself it was nothing. She probably didn't even notice. People bump into each other all the time, right? But deep down, something feels different about this one, because it wasn't just contact. It was connection. You probably replayed it later that night, wondering, did she mean to do that? But here's what most men never realize. Accidental touches are rarely accidental. Women are subtle. They're careful. They've been socialized their entire lives to master the art of indirect expression, to send signals without saying a word. And when she touches you, whether it's playful, casual, or seemingly accidental, it's not random. It's intentional, controlled, tested. Let's zoom in on that moment. You're sitting on a couch, side by side. The conversation has flowed. Easily, the laughter is softened, and there's this quiet buzz between you. She shifts slightly. Her leg touches yours. She doesn't move it right away. There's a heartbeat of hesitation. Then, she lets it linger, just for a moment. Or maybe you're walking side by side, shoulders brushing as you move through a crowded hallway. Her hand casually finds your arm when she laughs. She grips your forearm as if for balance, but there's no real need for it. You weren't stumbling. Neither was she. That touch? That's her way of breaching the invisible wall between you. What you thought was just friendliness was actually her crossing a line she only crosses when she feels something deeper. And here's the wild part. Most guys miss it. They either pull away too fast, brushing it off like it's nothing, or they lean in too aggressively, trying to force more of what they just felt. But not you. You're smarter now. The next time she accidentally touches you, Don't flinch. Don't tense up. Don't rush to interpret it out loud. Instead, relax. Let the touch linger naturally. Maybe you lean in a bit subtly, just enough for her to feel the weight of the moment, but never enough to seem needy. And if you really want to send her heart racing, hold her gaze right after. No words, no reactions. Just that calm, steady look that says, I noticed, and I liked it. Because here's what you're really telling her in that moment. You're not just aware of her touch. You're comfortable with it. That's what separates the boys from the men. And the second she realizes you're that guy, the one who doesn't get shaken by her little tests, that's when she starts chasing you. You can tell yourself all day that words matter most. That the things she says out loud, the compliments, the jokes, the stories, are the real clues. But if you really want to know whether she's hooked, you have to watch her eyes. Because her eyes, they always tell the truth. There's this moment, usually quiet, when the conversation dips just slightly. No more words, no more distractions. Just two people sitting across from each other. And in that space, something happens. She holds your gaze. Not by accident. Not out of politeness. She looks directly at you. And here's the part most men miss. She doesn't look away right away. She lingers. It's subtle. A second too long. A pause in her breath. Her pupils dilate, just enough to darken her gaze. And then, she finally looks away. But when she does, it's almost like she's pulling herself out of a trance. You might think she's just shy, or she's zoned out. But inside her mind, she's already spiraling, wondering why she's feeling this drawn in, wondering why every time she looks at you, her chest tightens just a little more. Women have been trained to guard their words, to keep their feelings hidden beneath polite conversation. But the eyes, they're primal. They bypass logic completely. Let's slow this down. You're at dinner. The restaurant is buzzing with quiet conversation, soft lights flickering across her face. You're telling her about something simple, maybe your favorite childhood memory or a trip you took. She's not just listening. She's locked in. Her chin tilts slightly downward as she watches you. Her gaze doesn't dart away when you meet her eyes. In fact, it holds steady, soft, but focused. Almost like she's studying you. Like she's seeing something she didn't expect. And then it happens. She catches herself, breaks eye contact, smiles softly, maybe even looks down at her hands for a second, adjusting her silverware or straightening her napkin. It's a reflex. Her body trying to recover from the intensity of that gaze. You probably thought she was just distracted. But here's what really happened. Her body pulled away because her heart leaned in too far. Most men will never see this. They'll focus on her words, her laughter, her compliments. They'll miss the biggest sign of all. Her eyes. But you won't. From now on, you'll watch for it. The pause. The dilation. The quiet moment where she looks at you like you're the only person in the room. And when it happens, you won't flinch. You'll simply hold her gaze back, calm, steady, unshaken. Because you're the kind of man who knows exactly what that look means. She's already yours. It's one of the most hidden signals of all. The kind that slips right past the untrained eye. It's not loud. It's not flashy. It's not even conscious. But once you start seeing it, you can't unsee it. She's mirroring you, not in an obvious cartoonish way. No, this isn't some exaggerated movie scene where she's copying your every move. It's subtle, delicate, almost invisible, but it's there. You lean back in your chair, and a moment later, she leans back too. You cross your arms, shift your weight, or tilt your head. And somehow, she does the same, without even realizing it. It's not coincidence. It's biology. Her subconscious is syncing with yours, pulling her into rhythm with your energy. And the more she mirrors you, the deeper her emotional investment runs. Let me paint a scene. You're sitting at an outdoor cafe, the city buzzing. Around you, soft music playing nearby. You pick up your drink, casually taking a slow sip. Out of the corner of your eye, you notice she does the same. Almost perfectly timed. You shift in your chair, leaning forward just slightly as you tell a story. And there it is again. She leans in too, mirroring your posture, her attention locked onto you. You might think, oh, she's just polite. She's just engaged in the conversation. But here's the truth most men miss. She doesn't even. No, she's doing it. Her body has started to reflect yours because on a deep, primal level, she's drawn to you. Mirroring is the subconscious mind's way of building connection, of creating comfort, of saying without words, I feel safe with you. Most guys overlook this entirely. They stay locked in their own heads, missing the quiet dance happening right in front of them. But you're not most guys. Here's what you do now. Next time you notice her mirroring you, whether it's a posture shift, a sip of a drink, or even the cadence of her speech, pause for a moment. Subtly shift your body again. Maybe you lean back and stretch your arms. Maybe you slow your breathing. And if she follows, you've got her. That's your signal. Your green light. Because once she's in sync with your energy, the game has already shifted. You're no longer chasing her attention. She's gravitating toward yours. You're leading without force, without words. Just by being present, calm, and grounded. And the beauty of it? She won't even realize what's happening. But you will. Because now, you see what most men don't. You notice the hidden rhythms. You recognize the invisible pull. And in that moment, you'll know. She's already moving to your beat. There's a certain moment in every connection when she slipped this in, casually, almost like it doesn't mean anything at all. But trust me, it does. It's the jealousy test. You won't see it coming. It'll sound innocent, maybe even accidental. She'll mention another guy, a friend from work, some random dude who's been texting her. Maybe she'll tell you about a time she went out with someone else, dropping it like it's just small talk, and you'll sit there, nodding, smiling politely, thinking, oh, she's just sharing her life. No big deal. But inside her mind, something completely different is happening. She's watching you closely. She's not telling you about other guys because she wants your advice. She's not hoping you'll get jealous and compete. No, she's testing you. Testing your composure. Testing your security. Testing whether you're the kind of man who collapses at the mention of another guy. Because here's the harsh truth. Most men never realize when she brings up another man, it's almost never about him. It's about you. Let me pull you into this. You're sitting across from her at a cozy bar, the kind where the lights are dim and the air feels thick with unspoken tension. Things have been going well. She's laughing, leaning in, making eye contact. Then, out of nowhere, she says it. Yeah, my friend Jason from work texted me last night. He's always asking me to go out. She watches your face closely as she says it. Her eyes flicker, just for a second, scanning for your reaction. You probably think it's just casual conversation. But this is the moment where most men fall apart. They freeze. They get defensive. They ask, oh? Are you into him? Or worse. They start subtly competing, trying to prove they're better. And just like that, they fail the test. But you're not here to compete. You're here to lead. Here's what you do. You smile, calmly, no tension, no shift in energy. You hold her gaze and say, in a cool, almost amused tone, good for him. Then you change the subject, effortlessly. Like her mention of another guy didn't even register on your radar. And what happens next? She feels it, that pull, that realization that she didn't shake you, that you're unbothered, untouchable. The kind of man who doesn't chase, doesn't compete, and doesn't flinch. Suddenly. It's not Jason she's thinking about. It's you. Because deep down, women crave that kind of stability. The man who can stay calm no matter what storm she stirs up. And here's the best part. Once you pass that jealousy test, she'll never forget it. She'll see you differently from that moment forward. Most men panic in the face of these subtle games, but you pass them with ease. Because now, when she mentions another guy, it's not about him at all. It's about whether you'll rise or crumble. And from now on, you'll always rise. It's always subtle at first. So subtle, you almost can't believe it's real. She starts appearing at the same events you're attending. She suddenly has free time when you do. Her schedule, once filled with mysterious plans and nights out with friends, now seems strangely open. And at first, you tell yourself it's just coincidence. But deep down, you feel it. She's orbiting around you. This is the final hidden clue. The ultimate signal that you've got her, without even trying. Let's rewind to a familiar scene. You're at a casual get-together with friends. It wasn't even a major event. Just a last-minute plan thrown together in a group chat. You didn't even think she'd show up, but she's there. She laughs, blending into the group at first. But somehow, she always finds her way near you. Always sitting just close enough for your legs to brush under the table. Always chiming in right after you speak. Later in the night, she mentions something offhanded, like it's no big deal. Oh, you're going to that thing next weekend? I was thinking of stopping by too. That's when it hits you. She's not just showing up. She's shifting her plans to be near you. Now, here's what most guys do at this point. They brush it off. They think, cool. Yes, we're just into the same stuff. But no, this isn't about shared interest. It's about gravity. Because here's what's really happening inside her mind. She's investing. She's making herself available, not by chance, but by choice. Rearranging her life, subtly and quietly, to intersect with yours. And the more you stay calm and steady, the more she continue doing it. You become her anchor. Her magnetic center. And the most dangerous mistake you can make here is chasing. Over-explaining, pointing it out too early. But you won't make that mistake. Here's what you do instead. The next time she coincidentally mentions plans that overlap with yours, whether it's a party, a concert, or even just a night out, lean back. Let a slow, knowing smile cross your face. Look her in the eye and say, almost playfully, "Funny how that works out." Then leave it there. No need to push. No need to analyze. Just sit with the moment, fully relaxed. Because that's the moment she realizes you've seen right through her. And instead of pulling away, she lean in even closer. Why? Because she feels safe with you. Safe enough to keep orbiting. Safe enough to keep showing up. And here's the secret most men never grasp. When a woman begins to shift her world around you, not in grand, dramatic ways, but in these tiny, almost imperceptible moves, she's already made her decision. You're not just some guy she talks to. You're the one she's making space for. And now, you know exactly what that means. By now, you're seeing the signs clearly. The little clues, the hidden tests, the subtle touches, the lingering looks. You've seen her laugh too hard, mirror your energy, shift her plans around you. And it's starting to click. You've got her wrapped around you. But here's the part most men never understand. The part that makes or breaks everything. It's not about holding on tighter. It's not about pushing the advantage or playing mind games. It's about restraint. Because once you notice these signs, the natural urge is to capitalize on them. To start chasing a little more. To lean in harder. To test her back. But the moment you do that, the spell breaks. What keeps her hooked isn't pressure. It's gravity. It's your ability to stay grounded. To remain calm, to enjoy the attention without needing it. That's the secret energy that keeps her coming back. Again and again. So, here's your final move. When you notice these signs, and trust me, you will now, don't chase. Don't even flinch. Just let it happen. Let her lean in. Let her invest. Because the man who can hold that space without chasing, that's the man she can't walk away from. Let's take a breath for a second. Because by now, you've seen just how much you've been missing. These hidden clues, they've always been there. Right in front of you. Quiet, subtle, easy to ignore, but impossible to unsee once you've caught them. Here's your checklist, your personal radar from this point on. First, watch her hands. Does she play with her jewelry? Touch her neck? Fidget while talking to you? That's not distraction. That's the invisible test. Second, her laughter. Is it a little too loud, too long, too breathless for the situation? That's attraction leaking through nervous energy. Third, the accidental touch. A brush of the arm. A lingering hand on your shoulder. It's not random. It's a bridge being built. Fourth, her eyes. Does she hold your gaze? And then look away like she's been caught? That's her heart betraying her mind. Fifth, mirroring. Posture, speech, movements. Her body syncing with yours? That's her subconscious pulling her closer. Sixth, the jealousy test. She mentions other guys. Watch how calmly you handle it. Seventh, her schedule magically overlaps with yours. Coincidence? Never. Now, you see what most men don't. And once you spot these signs, everything changes. Save this. Rewatch it. You'll start seeing them everywhere. Because from now on, you're playing a different game.